Welcome to Serving Locally with me, your host, Michelle Dinas, a podcast where we spotlight service in the Longmont and surrounding communities. All right, let's connect. Hi, welcome to today's episode of Serving Locally with me. I'm your host, Michelle. I am here with Carol with the School of Statesmanship, Stewardship, and Service, better known as SOSSAS, which is what I will say because all those S's is hard. So I just want to say thank you for being on today, making time to be here and do the podcast with us. So if you could just do a quick overview of just who you are and what is SOSSAS and just a quick overview.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. We're excited to be here. So the School of Statesmanship, Stewardship, and Service, and we shortened it to SOSSAS to come up with a new name, a brand name, was started about 2 years ago, and we were a group of citizens from Longmont that came together. There was an invitation, and I'll talk about that kind of on our history of how that happened, to come together to put together a training program, curriculum, classes, to bring community members together, give them really good personal skills. The ideal would be people who wanted to run for office, elected officials, or into kind of government and management appointed positions, that they would have an expanded and a newer version of how to lead, how to bring community together, how to build social capital.
That's awesome. Give us just a little background about your organization.
So Mike Butler is the other co-founder, and he has a public service background of 41 years as within police and public safety. He was our public safety director for 26 years in Longmont, and he put a lot of these concepts into the police and the fire department in Longmont, and really nationwide, things like restorative justice, programs around addiction, helping people with addiction, but coming together. He worked to bring the community together, and he had this dream vision of building a school of statesmanship. In July of 2021, he wrote a letter to the editor because the world was starting to get a little divisive.
A little
divisive, and we thought there could be better civil discourse in bringing ideas, bringing everyone's idea, bringing their thoughts, their voices to the table, and working together. But it might need a new model of training and practice and application and experiential wisdom. I come from a background of teaching at Colorado State University and had worked in youth leadership, especially with Rotary organization. And so a lot of what we bring together that was really the citizen-based is that kind of training, that just building up the person to be a better person, to have more skills of communication, to be in touch with their emotional and social skills, and then to have this passion and purpose for living into a better future for all of us.
Building community.
Which
I love.
It is a common theme, and I think we're seeing a real shift. I think people are like, okay, yeah, we're tired of one person or set of people telling us what to do, and we want to get involved. We want to be engaged.
Which is what we need to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exciting.
Yeah. What is your focus at SOSSAS?
Well, the focus is, when Mike did the editorial, he put an invitation at the end of the editorial and said anybody who was interested in building this school, please contact him, and people did. We've had elected officials, state representatives, mayors, city council, that have come together and create a vision of what is it we can do? It's not just for Longmont. We hope to spread it nationally and work with communities, train the trainers, and let them take it back to their community. And it's 45 courses total. And then for those who go through all 45 courses, an 8-week practical where they put together maybe a social project or some kind of venture where they have identified needs or something that could really make a difference in each community.
To just use it.
Use it.
Yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it. So that's fantastic. And actually, yeah, build from there. That's great. So the more you talk, the better it is. The more I talk.
Oh, well, we've got some really big projects going on, too. Of course, Mike comes from the world of policing, and we're working on with 2 other national police organizations to put the training into police, bringing police and community together. It's called Project Pact. So that's kind of a subset of what we're doing with SOSSAS.
Who are you trying to reach with your organization?
Oh, well, we'd love to reach everyone.
Everyone.
A lot of people say, we need to get to the youth, and we hope that we can build out a high school curriculum. But right now it's adult education. Anybody in the community is welcome to attend classes. We have our second set of 5 classes going on right now. We teach out of the Innovation Center, St. Vrain.
Okay.
And
that's out there by the rec center, right? Okay.
And we're working on down the road to be able to have a virtual course format and option. But leaders of organizations, public, private, businesses, just young people that say, hey, I want the world to be different, or I want to gain a better understanding of myself or my family, my neighborhood, my community. We're big on neighborhoods, and the more wonderful your neighborhood can be as they come together, the better your community can be as well. So it's for anyone, any age.
Awesome. What makes the work of SOSSAS different than other similar serving organizations?
All right, so our big difference is we work from a lens of goodness. We start with what is already working well. We do not define problems and say that we're out to fix them. We create ideas for a better future. So I come from a design background. Design thinking has become, it has now entered into academia, and people use it all the time. But so often you'll go into an organization, it's like, oh, well, here's our problem, or this person is our problem, or this situation or circumstance. And we're kind of the same level of thinking that created a problem is not the same level of thinking that might solve the problem. So we go very much into what is good. How do you expand what is good? Because that will crowd out what we don't want to see.
Very interesting. I like that. So what are your greatest needs as an organization?
Well, people to sign up and register for the group. We have we still have our project team. We meet twice a week over dinner, and anyone that wants that could feel a great passion or I'd like to get involved, have them contact me. We'd love to have people on our project team as we expand this out and think of what else can we do? How else can we go forward?
Awesome. Do you have any events coming up or volunteer opportunities?
So the event I want to talk about is our Level 3 classes. We're really excited about those. They will be held at the Innovation Center 25th. We teach on Thursday nights from 6 to 9 in classroom 255 at the Innovation Center. It's great. It's a great interactive place. Wonderful. If you haven't been in those classrooms, it's worth it to be there. And this level of classes is going to learn to identify culture and then how to transcend that culture. That we've gotten, talking again about this divisiveness that people tend to put themselves in boxes, or people tend to label themselves, or there might be some polarity, or there might be some misunderstanding of who the other is. And then moving into how we really start to foster respect in communities and build more civility between all community members. Mike will teach, he is one of the best instructors I've ever been around on connecting the dots. So how you build your thinking, maybe you have thinking in lots of different compartments in your brain, but how do you start to bring those dots together? Or with other people, how do you collaborate and work together and coordinate everyone's thoughts so you come up with an idea that is greater than one individual might have. We talk a lot about the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
So how can people contact and find out more about SOSSAS?
So we have a website. There's a lot of information on our website, www.sossas.org. Make sure you do the org. Sign up for our newsletter because we do some great articles every month, and then the announcements on the classes when those come out. Our next kind of trimester after the culture and harmonizing perspectives and contrast and connecting the dots, our next one will be in the summer, and we'll be heading into democracy and active citizenship within a democracy, and then some of the ideas around building social capital, which is very, very interesting. It hasn't really been worked on much in our country. Everything has been around economic capital instead of thinking about how we utilize the talents and gifts of all individuals in a community and bring those forward.
And of course, they will be in my QR code, and I'll put all the information in the show notes to get in touch with them. Do you guys have a Facebook?
We have a Facebook.
Do you have an Instagram also?
We have Instagram.
Okay.
The Instagram I know for sure is SOSSAS _org. I think Facebook is the same, but it might be a little different.
I'll have it in the show notes.
Okay,
I will
thanks.
copy and paste that on there. Awesome. Thank you for coming on today. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Maybe that I've missed in the questions, or that you just feel passionate about sharing? I'm just going to give you some space to just talk.
Well, I love to talk about the world's a friendly place. We don't hear that a lot. We hear that it's very fearful out there, and you should be very, very afraid, and sometimes even of the person living right next to you. But we think the world is a friendly place. We think there's a way to bring togetherness. We do offer classes in media. Sometimes, and of course, we're right here at Longmont Public Media, which we both are members of, and very proud to be involved with this and associated with this organization. It's doing some awesome things. But we also do some, headlines versus trend lines. The world is getting better, and yet a lot of us are reading publications or looking at Facebook or social media every day and seeing things that we think are not working well. And so I just want to leave a lasting word that the world's a friendly place, and we can evolve as people, as a human race, into building great relationships with each other. Our last set of classes works with institutions. A lot of people say, well, institutions might be outdated, or they're just not working well. And that's not part of what we understand. We understand that people within each institution can work with all the people to shift and build a better institution. So we're excited about what we're doing.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you again for being on here. And I look forward to seeing what you guys are doing, and to follow along. And I would love to take some classes.
I would love for you to be in those classes.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
So, I'm definitely going to look into that when I find some time. So that'd be great. But thank you, Carol, so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you to my guests, my listeners, and my supporters. Serving together, we can strengthen our community. Please like and subscribe. Do all those other things. You know you got to do them. Because that's the easiest way that you can serve right now. All right, now go. Connect with others and be a blessing.